Welcome to another episode of Sanford Says. I'm Lisa Holder, Communications Officer, and I have two great guests with us today. I'm not sure if you all know that we have a Mayor's Youth Council in the city of Sanford. This is our third year of the Mayor's Youth Council, and we have had some wonderful students participating. We have two guests, Florence Onyuke, student 10th grade from Seminole High School, and Ryan Parker, who's a student 11th grade from Crooms Academy of Information Technology, both high schools in the city of Sanford. Welcome, Florence and Ryan.
Hi.
Good to be here.
So we have, like I said, have had this Mayor's Youth Council in place for many years, and throughout the years, the students have had many accomplishments. But we're going to start off asking, we're going to be asking Ryan a question about how he heard about the council. Ryan, how did you hear about this in the first place?
I actually found out about this through an announcement at my school through my history teacher, Miss Bundrick, actually was sponsoring this.
Okay.
I figured I would just get out and do something and just make a difference instead of just I wasted a lot of time just sitting around, and I feel like the youth council is one way for me to change that.
All right, and that's a great reason. Florence, want to same question?
For me, I heard about this council through my older brother, actually, who happens to be a member of the council as well. We were approached with the opportunity through the same thing. He goes to Crooms Academy, and he was approached by Miss Brundrick, and we immediately just jumped at the offer and filled out the form, and were honored to be selected for the council. And I think it was just even more of an honor for us because we're not actually residents of Sanford, so coming from a county that doesn't provide a youth council, it was a great opportunity.
You mean a city?
A city.
Yeah. Okay. So you both go to school in Sanford, but you live in other cities because your school is a magnet school.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to rewind a little bit because I want to ask the two of you some personal questions so we can get to know the two of you. So what's your favorite social media platform, Florence?
I would definitely say Snapchat because of the filters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that? What's that, but what are the filters?
The filters are it's like a video cam layover, so it can look like there's something behind you or in front of you or a funny face or distorted image. Okay. Yeah.
And would you say that that's your generation that use Snapchat a lot?
Okay, I would say it's definitely shifting now because TikTok has recently been introduced and it's become a very popular.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. I've heard of that, TikTok. And what about you, Ryan? What's your favorite social media platform?
I do like Snapchat too. I get to see a lot of what my friends are doing most of the time, and they're always doing something stupid or crazy. So.
All right, so it's a good way of course, staying connected. What about Disney movie? What's your favorite Disney movie, Ryan?
I love Ratatouille. I think the cooking. I like looking at food.
And you know what? I love that movie too, believe it or not. It's in my DVR of recorded shows. And I was actually making soup the other day, no lie, and I thought of Ratatouille. I was cutting up the carrots and the celery and all of that, and I'm like, I thought of that movie. What about you, Florence?
I would say definitely Up. I literally cannot describe how much I love that movie. It's just so funny, and it has a really good ending.
Yeah. Okay. And so, last question. Favorite Netflix series, Ryan?
I like The Last OG. It's about some guy who got arrested and he comes out of prison about 10 years later, and he has to experience the new world 10 years later, and he got arrested for dealing crack.
Okay.
And it's a comedy. It's written by Jordan Peele.
All right.
So it's real funny.
It's funny. Okay. And what about you, Florence?
I would say, had you asked me this question 2 months ago, I would have sworn it's Stranger Things. But I just feel like now it's becoming on my block. Now that I watched season 3 of Stranger Things, on my block is just so much of a more funny and relatable to me as a teen program. Because Stranger Things is fiction. On my block could happen in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Stranger Things is my favorite. So I think it spans all generations. All right. So let's get back to our main topic here, and that's the Mayor's Youth Council for the city of Sanford. So Florence, what have you accomplished as a council member this year so far? I know we just started, too. Mm-hmm. It goes by school year, too, by the way, folks. So
correct. Okay, so this year we've actually, our main goal was really just to get out and be more into the community. So we started this, our most recent initiative actually was the Spooky Hollow that occurred just a couple weeks back, actually, in downtown Sanford. We were there. We set up a booth. We handed out candy to the little kids, and we were there to just publicize ourselves as well as just get involved in the community. Prior to this, we hosted the Citizens Academy. We were there at the first Citizens Academy, and we've attended one or two, actually, city council meetings in which we spoke and presented a promotional video of the work that we've done and plan to do within our council.
Okay. And those are some good initiatives getting the word out. I know about your Mayor's Youth Council is important. They switch students each year, so there's a new set of 12 students, 6 from Croom, 6 from Seminole High School that do apply, and so some stay on, some don't. Mm-hmm. And so there's a chance for everybody to experience what it means to be on the Mayor's Youth Council. So, Ryan, how do you think, well, let's see, how has being on the council impacted your day-to-day?
Really, it makes me think of how much of an impact I could make in the community. And I think by coming to these meetings every day, or not every day, but every other Tuesday, I'm able to not only just learn about what's going on in my community that I didn't even know. I didn't even know a lot of these events were taking place. And I think coming to each meeting really puts it in a perspective of how much difference that a single person could make just by showing up.
That's right. Exactly. Just by showing up. And so let's get to this question, really, Florence. And how do you think the city of Sanford can better incorporate the youth's voice in the upcoming years? So what do you think about that?
I definitely think programs like what we're in now, this Mayor's Youth Council, is just really giving all of us, we're all between the ages of 15 and 18, just giving us an opportunity to really talk to people, talk to city officials one-on-one, and express some of the concerns we have or things we'd like to see change for the next generation. So I would think open team forums, having like a teens day and a council meeting where it's just a whole bunch of teens from the community being able to express what they feel needs to be changed. Things like that would definitely be great.
Okay, all great recommendations. And what workplace and networking skills have you taken away from being on this council, Ryan?
Networking skills. I've learned to not only I've met many different people here. I've met the mayor. I've met many government officials. I've met just recently there was an economic
development director.
Development, yes. And I've been able to network and not only understand the people in this community, but I've also been able to learn about the structure and who's here in this community. So I'm able to network and then learn about these new people, meet them. Right.
In other words, you would have not been able to ever have really, you wouldn't come across the city of Sanford's economic development director. And, at times the mayor's not always in the high schools and things like that, except through, we have a League of Cities Government Week and all of that. But you have the ear of our mayor, and he appreciates the youth council and for all that you do. So I understand. And you do get to network with folks adults that you normally would not have, that could mentor you, make a difference in your life, and inspire you going further.
And not only could it inspire us, but it could also help us with jobs and careers. We're able to learn. We're able to meet so many new people that it just shows us as a bigger person in the community, and we're able to look better on, of course, resumes and look better to interviewers.
Yes.
So we're able to not only help the community, but also help ourselves.
That's wonderful. Help the community and help yourselves at the same time, and that's selfless, and that's a wonderful and honorable trait to have. And so, Florence, want to answer the same question in terms of how this youth council has helped you with your networking skills?
I would say I've always had a niche for like public speaking, but being on this council has like almost toned and mastered those skills. Particularly at the council meeting that we went to about a couple weeks back, I was asked to present my video that I constructed for the council, and just being able to share that with the forum of adults, and being in front of all the city legislators, it was a great experience, and I really felt empowered that I'm really being on this council is really allowing me to develop myself further in the public eye.
All right. And that was at the city commission meeting when the youth councils present their initiatives and
Yes,
introduce
correct.
themselves each year to the city commission. And that usually happens in late September, early October. So both of you are high school students. You're busy. I know that. So how do you work your schedule to be able to be part of this youth council, Ryan?
I can't drive right now, but my parents take me every other Tuesday, of course. And if need be, I'll get rides from my friends, and I make sure it's going to be a priority that I'm able to get here on time, and I'm getting here every time we meet.
Right, which is the 2 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Same for me. I think it's all about priorities. I have, from the minute I've been on this council and then I was elected the vice president of this council, I've made it my obligation, my goal to make sure that I'm fully involved in all the events and activities, so I make sure I work my schedule accordingly.
All right, and both of you are shining examples of what it means to be a young person these days, interested in civics, interested in your local government. You are our next generation, and it's so important that you are engaged with us, and we really take our hat off to you both for volunteering to be on this, to applying, being on this council. We're in the beginning of the school year. We're in November here. We have some months to go.
Yeah.
There's things coming up, perhaps legislative action days in Tallahassee in February that we're researching our ability to attend that. So with the students, so thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to say? How can people follow you? Are you on social media? Is the Youth Council on social media yourselves?
Yes, we actually, indeed, we have a YouTube video, a YouTube page, I should say, called Sanford Mayor's Youth Council. You can go ahead and follow and subscribe to that. We do have an online website. Under the city's website, it's a link, Sanford Mayor's Youth Council as well. And we do have an Instagram as well, Sanford Mayor's Youth Council. So go ahead and follow us on all of those platforms to get involved. And also think of a way that you can maybe get any child that you know or child in your community involved in the council as well.
Yes, and we each year, the city of Sanford, through the schools here, Crooms and Seminole High School, there'll be an application that will go out in May to the new class of 2020, 2021. And so you can apply there at your high schools. But in the meantime, we have a great council currently set up for 2019, 2020, and we look forward to working with you, students, and want to thank you both, Florence and Ryan, for being part of the City of Sanford podcast called Sanford Says. Again, you could find more information about the Mayor's Youth Council on the city website at sanfordfl.gov. There is a Youth Council page there. And we are one of the only cities in the Central Florida area that do have a Mayor's Youth Council. We appreciate the partnership with the local schools. And thank you again for listening. This is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer for the City of Sanford. You can find this podcast on our website at sanfordfl.gov/podcast, as well as all the channels that you subscribe to for your podcasting. Thank you so much and have a great day.